Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to be talking about the top 5 reasons why I will not be getting the DJI Mavic Air 2. Before we begin, guys, make sure you subscribe, share, and like this video. If you would like to purchase a Mavic Air 2, you can do so in the description down below. Reason number 1, this drone just isn't that great. It's just way too, for the price, it isn't that much of an upgrade. Reason number 2, this is not a professional drone. Professional drones have to be bigger, they have to weigh more, they have to have all this other stuff attached to them, and the specs aren't that great compared to the Mavic 2 Pro and the Phantom 4 and Phantom 4 Pro and other drones that have been out for 2 or 3 years. Reason number 3, I just bought the previous version, so of course this was not better. It can't be, because I'm going to feel really bad if this one is better. And I have tons of buyer's remorse. Reason number 4, I'm super rich. I only buy the very best drones. This drone is just way too cheap, so it can't be better than, more expensive drones. I only buy drones that are around $2,000. Anything else is just a toy. Reason number 5, I'm a photography purist. This is not a real drone. Real drones don't have smart features and quick shot modes. Real aerial photographers don't use automatic modes. They do everything manually. In fact, real aerial photography isn't real photography unless you're in a blimp or a hot air balloon using film. No flashes allowed. Alright, guys, joke's on me, joke's on you. I am getting this drone. I've just been online, and every single DJI Mavic Air 2 ad has all kinds of people just complaining about all these things, and these are the top 5 things I'm seeing, Number 1, the reason number 1, they make every excuse in the book and about how it's not a good drone, and in reality, they're just grumpy that they can't afford it. That's the number 1 reason. The number 2 reason that everyone's like, oh, it's not a professional drone, it's just a toy, blah 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 blah, the real reason that they're grumpy about this is that they already own the Mavic 2 Pro or they own the Phantom 4 Pro, and they're kind of grumpy that this the only other DJI product that has 4K at 60 frames a second is the Phantom 4 Pro. So if you own the Mavic 2 Pro, now there's a drone that costs $600 to $700 cheaper and has a spec that equals the Phantom 4 Pro. Of course, the Mavic 2 Pro and the Phantom 4 Pro have an inch sensor, so yeah, I mean, there's some benefits there. But there are some benefits, even with the smaller sensor having that frame rate, or even the 240 frames a second frame rate at 1080p. So yeah, people that are all grumpy about that and say it's a toy, sometimes they're just grumpy that a cheaper drone has better specs than their drone. Yeah, there's a lot of people who just bought the Mavic Air and they're outside of their return or exchange policy on the store that they bought it from. And of course, they're kind of grumpy about it. And so you see a bunch of them on there going, hey, this isn't that much better than the Air. The Air is better, it's smaller, blah, 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 whatever. Number 4, just the people that are like, I only buy drones that are over $1,000. Anything else is just a toy. Blah, 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 blah. This one only has a half-inch sensor versus 1-inch sensor. This is just a toy, and it's not a professional, and you can't use it for professional work. Well, I kind of take those comments for a grain of salt, because half-inch sensor versus 1-inch sensor, I mean, a lot of work I've done in the past before I went into full frame was with an APS-C sensor versus a full-frame 35mm size sensor, and even the full-frame sensor is a lot bigger than the APS-C sensor, and the APS-C sensor from Canon is a lot bigger than a 1-inch sensor. So to say that a 1-inch sensor is professional is kind of a joke to me. I don't really take that seriously. With drones, you can kind of get away with smaller sensors because there's not that many drones out there. I mean, there are, but not compared to DSLR cameras or whatnot. Not everybody owns a Mattress or Inspire or something. So, anyways, number 5, you also have those people that say they're like photography purists. They don't use any automatic modes and all this stuff. Well, if that's true, they really should be in hot air balloons using film or pinhole cameras. Because if you're a photography purist, what does that mean? There's a lot of purists that say, well, digital photography is not really photography because it doesn't use film. You're not developing it in a darkroom, blah, 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 blah. So then you have to say, okay, well, only film is photography And then some people, then you get the art purists. They're like, well, photography is not really art. You have to be sketching things and drawing them within your actual hand for it to be considered art. So photography doesn't count as an art. The photography purists are kind of just ridiculous. Anyways, that's just my take on the people that use all these excuses. It's pretty funny. Have a good day, guys. Make sure you subscribe and like and share.